Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much once again joining me for tea time. Today we have a little bit of misty morning. So good. The zing, the bergamot. I hope you're joining me with your cup of tea, maybe a cup of coffee, hanging out, talking tech, talking photo, talking video. Today is a tech day. I heard something through the interwebs that was a little bit disturbing, and I was reading into it, and people were having their dish, little dishy up there, either bricked or their service canceled. And a lot of it had to do with not using it, right? Stowing it away for an extended period of time. Well, I wanted to get into this a little bit with you because I feel like this is a PSA that needs to be put out there to help a lot of you that do have a dish and you're not using it all the time. What do you do to prevent this stuff from happening? But before we get into this, I want to say that if you haven't downloaded any of my ebooks as of yet, go check them out. They're free. Go over to JCristina.com/books. Once again, JCristina.com/books. Also, if you get anything out of this video, please consider throwing it a thumbs up. That would be very helpful. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. And if you are subscribed, click this little button over here. Once you click that, when I go live or when a new video comes out, you should be notified of it immediately. We don't know if it happens. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Hopefully YouTube changes that. Also, if you just want to say thank you for all of my hard work, you can do that now. YouTube has given us a little button down here that says thanks. Push that. If you don't want to push it, that's fine. Even better, become a member of the channel. That would be awesome. So let's dive into this. Once again, this video has to do with prevention. How to prevent your Starlink service from either being canceled or your Starlink dish becoming bricked and it no longer works and Starlink can't fix it once this does happen. Now, there's two different problems that are going on here. Number one, firmware is not being updated in the dish on a regular basis. Now, some people think that the modem is actually in the router, but it's not. The modem for this setup for Starlink is actually sitting in the dish. That dish needs to be online so that updates can happen. That's number one. Number two, well, market saturation is a big issue. And in the case of mobile Starlink customers, for example, RV Starlink service, a lot of times people are pausing their service and then reactivating and pausing it. Well, some of these people are located in the exact same cell. Okay, they're not roaming around like they should be. They're staying in that one cell. Well, what happens is if you shut down that service in that cell and you turn it back on, you might not get your service back. And people are like, how in the hell is that? Well, this is the truth. And this is what even Elon Musk has said. Now, I was reading through an article months ago. I think it was like 2-3 months ago. I don't know. It was on PC Magazine. And I want to quote some of the things in here for you because it allows you to get a better understanding of what's going on. So you know how to prevent this. And once again, by the end of this video, I'm going to show you a tool, and I'm going to show you how to program the tool too on this video, hands-on, so this doesn't happen to you. Now, the magazine article is entitled, "Warning, if you pause Starlink service, your spot may be given to someone else." Now, the article starts by saying, capacity issues means Starlink can't guarantee you'll get back on the network if you cancel your service. SpaceX says it issues, quote, unsubscribed warnings about this, but not everyone is seeing them. If you plan to temporarily pause SpaceX Starlink satellite internet service, you may encounter some trouble reactivating it. Following a price hike, Starlink now costs $110 per month, so there is a good reason to halt the service if the account is registered to a vacation home or a secondary location, for example, and you want to save on cash. But doing so risks being kicked off of the network and replaced by someone on Starlink's lengthy pre-order list. According to CEO Elon Musk, SpaceX issues, quote, unsubscribed warnings to customers who move to stop their Starlink subscription, but not everyone is seeing them. Now, there's a tweet here, I'll probably bring it up on the screen, from Elon that addresses what one of the fan club members that wrote a tweet directly to Elon saying there's a problem here. The article continues by saying, earlier this week, the Tesla Silicon Valley owners fan club brought up an issue in a tweet. Quote, "Hey, Elon Musk, Customers for Starlink should be able to turn on and off service once the hardware is purchased. I had to delay my service and now cannot get back in. So this tweet included a screenshot from SpaceX that said this, quote, once your service is canceled, capacity in your locale is provided to newly interested parties. We cannot guarantee the option of reactivating once your registered service address has been changed or service has been terminated. That came directly from SpaceX Starlink's technical support. Now, in response, Musk tweeted back, quote, you may be in an area that is at maximum capacity. Did SpaceX not provide an unsubscribe warning? The Tesla Silicon Valley owner fan club said it did not. And quote, I would have loved to keep paying if needed and not lose my spot. Now, it is my understanding that SpaceX Starlink's dish or their modem receives a lot of firmware updates. I don't know if they're weekly or bi-weekly or twice a month or once a month, but a lot of firmware updates. Obviously, it's only about a year into it since beta, so there's going to be a lot of updates that happen. The other thing that I understand is that these updates can happen when your service is off. So if you just have your dish plugged in, as I call him Mr. Bevel, as long as he's plugged in, he's going to still acquire service and download updates and install updates, download firmware and install firmware, even if your service is not currently on. This is a very, very important point. Now, if this is true, I have this extremely low-cost solution to this problem, to both aspects of the problem. Number one, not having the unit on for an extended period of time, cancellation pending, and then you end up losing your spot. Or number two, having the thing bricked because your firmware is so far outdated that the newer firmware cannot update the extremely old firmware. You're too far in the rears. And then the dish is no longer fixable and Starlink has to send you out a new one. So once again, this little device that I found on Amazon will fix that. And like I said, it's probably like $20, maybe less, $25. I don't know. It is really cheap. It is probably one of the best dual outlet digital timers that I've found. And this is absolutely perfect for this situation. It looks like this, all right? You plug this into not your wall, guys. You don't plug it in the wall. Where do you plug it? If you don't know, watch my last two videos where I got hit by lightning. You plug it into a UPS, right? You plug this into a battery backup, and then you plug your Starlink into here. Don't get your stuff blown up like I almost did. Anyways, I'm going to show you exactly how to set this up. This allows you to do like 8 different programs, but we're just going to set up one program. The idea here, guys, is I want the dish to turn on every Sunday at 12 a.m., and I want it to remain on until 4 a.m. So that's 4 hours for the dish, Mr. Bevel, to download firmware and install the firmware. It has plenty of time. All right. So that's my idea. This would happen weekly. So let me get into this. I'll probably just throw on a camera from above. I'll show you exactly how to do this. And then I'll give you some more commentary about this. And hopefully this is something that you could do and prevent your service from either being canceled, your spot lost, or bricking the damn dish. So let's get into it. What you're going to do here is, like I said, you're going to plug this into your UPS. You have to plug it in for 30 minutes before doing this setup process. And the reason being is there's a rechargeable battery in here and it needs to charge up first before we do anything with it. Now, once again, this is very easy. You're going to come over here to this little button. If you can see it right here, this is a reset button. And we're going to hold this in to reset the unit. We're going to hold it in. We see the screen blacks out like that, and then we're going to release it. This is going to allow us to set things from scratch. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to set the date and time. So if we hold the clock button down and we push the week button, right now it says Monday. If we push it again, it says Tuesday. And now we hit it one more time. It is now Wednesday. Now my current time is 9:45 a.m., so I'm going to set this. The same thing we need to do is simply hold the clock button, and now we push the hour button, and we can change this hour. We're going to change this to 9. And there we go. It's set for AM, so we don't have to go all the way around. That's fine. And now we're going to change the minute. We keep holding the clock button, push the minute, and we're going to move all the way up to 45 minutes. Probably now 46. And that's it. So now we have the date and time set up on it. Now remember, like I said, you can set up to 8 programs. We're only going to set up program number 1. So to do so, you simply push the program button. And now right down here, you can see a 1 and then on. So that's all we have to do is click the week button, and we can change it to whichever day of the week that we want it to turn on. Right now we're set to Saturday. Here we go, Sunday. Now we want to set the on time. What time do you want it to turn on? The exact time that's already there, 12 a.m. That's perfect. Now that's all we have to do is press the program button one more time. And now this is the off time. When do we want this to turn off? Let's click on the week button once again. Right now you can see that it's set for 12 a.m. We're going to change this back over to Sunday only. There we go, Friday, Saturday, and there's Sunday. Now we don't want 12 a.m., obviously. We want 4 a.m. So that's all we need to do is push the hour button here and change that to 4. So now it says 4 a.m. on Sunday. So once again, this is going to start at 12 a.m. and it'll finish at 4 a.m. So that's it. Pretty simple, right, guys? It is a cheap, simple solution to what could be an extremely big problem. Number 1, bricking your dish completely, or even worse, number 2, being kicked off that list. And now in the cell that you're currently located, you can't get service. So pick one of these things up. I'll put a link to this in the description below. Check it out. Like I said, I don't remember the price. I bought it like weeks ago, and I wanted to do this video for you guys for quite some time, and I just been backed up. I apologize. One other thing that I want to say is in my last video, a lot of people were commenting that the audio from that wireless mic wasn't that great. It was kind of muffled or whatnot. So what I did is I threw on my lapel mic, and then I plugged it into that small rig setup, just to see what it sounds like. And during this video, maybe I'll put captions on the bottom and I'll just say, well, this audio is from the lapel. This audio is from the RE20. Obviously, the Electro Voice RE20 is going to be a hell of a lot better microphone. The whole setup costs like $1,000. So it's not going to be the same as a small wireless microphone. But I just wanted to do this to give it a fair shake, because whenever I look at a product, I don't want to put them in a bad light if they really don't need to be. So let me know what this sounds like. If it's good, fantastic. If it's not, let me know. If you like it, once again, in the description below, I'll put a link. The other link that is in the description, once again, is for this. I ordered in about 5 of them. This is the best. You know how I do this thing, right? I'm constantly testing. Like I test all of the routers for you guys. I'm testing another router right now that I'll be doing a video on probably next week. Anyways, pick this up. It is definitely worth a couple of bucks, and it'll give you that peace of mind. A lot of people have ordered the RV service, where it is not the same as a residential service, and you do not get maximum speeds during any type of congestion. You are not prioritized. The residential service is prioritized over you, but a lot of people have this service and they stay in the exact same cell because they're not using it in a, let's say, an RV type of, or moving around type of setup, where they're moving from cell to cell to cell to cell, so it's fine. But what they're doing is they're using the RV in their house so that they can get the service which they couldn't have before because the cell was at capacity. Well, if you turn it off at any time and it's not being used, you can very easily lose your coverage in that cell. So be very careful. Once again, just by using this alone, you really won't have that problem. Now, if you're really anal and you don't want to do once a week, like I set this up for every Sunday at 12 a.m. till 4 a.m. it's on, and that's it. Do it twice a week. Do it every day. You can set this thing up however you want to. So anyways, I hope you found this helpful. If you have, once again, please give this video a thumbs up. That would be awesome. Also, tell your family, friends, colleagues, Reddit, Facebook, wherever. your community about this channel. Let them also know about the playlist that I put together with all Starlink information. Finally, head over to my website, JCristina.com, where you can find all the photography tools that I've invented for you and me over the years, and hopefully there's something there that you might like. And if there is, please pick it up and support me and my family. That's it, guys. I'm out of here for yet another vlog. Many blessings to you and your family. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you in the next one. Love you all.